Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Pearls of Wisdom, where I channel divine download and talk about spiritual stuff for the collective's highest good. Now, before we get started, I'd really appreciate if this video resonates with you to remind you to give it a thumbs up or drop me a comment so we can get more engagement here on the channel, so my videos can be boosted out to the people that may need to hear these messages. So today's topic is going to be about what is a spiritual awakening? Because it has just come to my attention that some people do not know what a spiritual awakening is. So maybe if you are new to spiritual awakenings, this video is for you. And I'm so freaking excited to talk about what is a spiritual awakening. All right, let's dive in. What's a spiritual awakening? A spiritual awakening is an awakening of our spirit. Okay, we all have a mind, we all have a body, and we all have a spirit. And how does your spirit get activated? Your spirit gets activated through big life shifts and events. It could be through something traumatic. It could be through, for example, my first one occurred through a fitness journey because I was moving and grooving so hard. All of the atoms in my body got shaken up. I physically transformed. I mentally transformed. The next logical step was for my spirit to also shift. And in that shift, the universe, life, God, brought me some very traumatic times. And it was triggered by that fitness journey, okay? The fitness journey was in January. The spiritual awakening was about 8 months later, because it takes some time for the spirit, mind, and body to kind of all sync up and catch up to each other. So yeah, for a lot of people, a spiritual awakening happens in the form of a traumatic life event. A traumatic life event can cause a lot of shifts in you, and it can leave you feeling like, what is there left to live for? Like, this is horrible. This is the worst place I've ever been. I want to die. And then that is usually where spirit will come in. Like, your spirit will wake up inside of you and like let you know that it's there through some form of communication. For me, it happened when I was meditating one day. I had been meditating for years and years and years before my spiritual awakening, but the spiritual awakening, the day of, occurred when I was meditating, and I just clicked on a random YouTube video. Again, nothing is random in the universe. Random YouTube video called Connect with Your Higher Self, and I was like, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna click on this and do it. So I do this guided meditation, Connect with Your Higher Self, and it helps you like transcend to go into this room up high on a spiritual plane of existence, right? Like, you're not physically there, but it's a spiritual plane of existence that you ascend to through the meditation and through your breath and through your visualization and through your intent to ascend to those higher planes of existence. And it said, ask your higher self anything. And I just asked, why? Why did everything go to shit? Why did everything fall away? Why did nothing in my life work out the way that I wanted it to? And my higher self answered. Mind you, I had never made contact with my higher self before. I had never made conscious contact with her before. And she just goes, because you are no longer in alignment with that version of your life. And okay, my physical self at that time, who had never been spiritually awakened before, I had never used the word alignment in my life, okay? So I knew in that moment that there was a spirit talking to me. I knew that there was a higher power talking to me. I felt for the first time in my existence, I think I was 22 at the time, that there were things beyond my line of sight, because we kind of have tunnel vision here on earth. We're just like looking at the physical, right? But after you have a spiritual awakening, it completely shifts your perspective to these different lenses of viewing the world, and they can be very helpful in healing. They can be very helpful in changing your perspective and not being so stuck in your ways, so stuck in your expectations, so stuck in your body, it kind of shows you that everything is fluid. Everything is fluid, and you have the power to like transform your life at any moment. And it's going to be hard, but spirit is there. Your spirit is within you. Your soul is within you to guide you, to help you through anything, because spirit is never going to give you lessons that you can't handle and life events that you can't handle. So that's kind of why a spiritual awakening happens, and I hope I described well how it or what it is. If this video was helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time on Pearls of Wisdom.